A very good morning to all the students of class 11th political science. And students, welcome back to the online classes here. And from today we are going to start your revision as you are having your unit 2 exams from the first week of February, and your political science exam is on 5th of February. So we will start the revision from the first chapter, and this is your second book. And as you know, in the unit exams I will be giving you 3 chapters. Syllabus I have already sent you in your class groups, and your class teacher has also posted it. So the 3 chapters are coming. That is, first chapter is political theory and introduction. This is the first second part or the second book of your syllabus. And second chapter is liberty or freedom, and third is equality. So these 3 chapters we are going to revise one by one. First political theory and the introduction, and then we'll take up liberty and freedom, and then equality. So today I want to take this chapter actually in detail, because this is one of the most important chapter, as we have to study about political theory, and this book is all about political theory. So this is like an introduction to this book, as the political phenomena which we are going to study in detail in this book, from their roots, we would say, we'll try to understand their foundation, their base, their roots. It means we will do the deep study of all the political phenomena like equality, freedom, secularism, democracy, rights, justice, okay, liberty. So all these political phenomena are very important, and they play a very significant role in our today's life. And it is a practical of our life. If we say, if we study about equality, freedom, we know some basic things about equality, freedom, justice, etc. So what were the theories behind those political values, we will try and understand that. So in case if you have to understand what is the meaning of equality, justice, freedom, we have to understand this first chapter, that is political theory and introduction. And while we will be studying the second, third, fourth, fifth chapter, we will have to keep at the back of our mind this particular introduction chapter, that is political theory. In case, so this is very significant and important chapter if we have to understand this entire book. Okay, so we'll see that. Okay, so now let's start. If you can see, the name of this book and the first chapter is political theory. So in every subject like science, we have some practical also, and we have theories. And first of all, we go through, the teacher teaches you the theory part. Then on the basis, on basis of that theory, you go for the experiment in the your science labs. Like in chemistry, you mix various solutions and chemicals to get the result and the output, but you follow the steps which you have already studied under the guidelines of your teacher. So in the same way, political science is also like science. There is practical in sense, the our real life experiences which we see, like the formation of governments, elections, democracy, rights, equality, which we see in the society as a layman person, as a common person. We see the real life, that is a practical part. But from where these rights, like rights, freedom, equality, government, legislature, executive, judiciary, from where these concepts have grown or evolved, that we study in political theory. It means all the political phenomena which we are seeing in our real life. If take the example of government, okay, so whatever type of governments we are seeing, we are watching elections, okay, we are seeing this election commission. So all these concepts have come out from base of these theories. So we'll try to understand the equality, freedom, justice from the very depth. We'll see the theories. Various scholars have given their theories. There are various debates regarding particular political phenomena. सो जो आज हम पॉलिटिकल फिनोमेना देखते हैं, उनका बेस कहीं ना कहीं बहुत ज़्यादा अटैच्ड है बहुत सारी थ्योरीज से, एंड देयर हैज़ बीन मैनी डिबेट्स रिगार्डिंग दोज। जो हम रियल लाइफ में चीज़ें आज एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं प्रैक्टिकली, दोज हैव सम थ्योरीज. सो वी विल ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड दिस theory. So on the basis of that, this chapter becomes very important. So you need to understand this term very properly. Political theory, it means if we talk about political science, we also have theory, and on the basis of theory we have various practicals, and practicals are the real life experiences which as a citizens we see and feel and experience every day. When I go out from my house, I feel these phenomena every day. I talk about equality, I talk about freedom, I talk about justice, within my class, outside my class, in the market, everywhere I go. Within my family there are various matters. While driving, we met an accident. In that case also we see so many these political phenomena come into action. So if we have to understand these political phenomena, we need to understand the theories on which these phenomena are totally based. Okay, so we will try and understand this in this entire book. But before we move forward and get into busy with topic that is political theory, we'll talk about what is the difference between human beings and other living creatures. If we are talking about political phenomena, we are talking about the political theory, we are talking about the practicality of these political phenomena. So let's understand what is the difference between human beings and others living creatures. So human beings are unique in two respects. If we talk about human beings, we are totally different, especially in two respects or aspects as compared to other living beings, as we possess reason. As humans, we have reasons for doing anything. If I am teaching you, there is a reason for that. If you are listening to my lecture and you are doing my homework or the homework of other subjects, you are coming to the school, like okay, and you are going to play whatever, there is always a reason for every activity which you are involved into, and ability to reflect on their actions. They also have the capacity to use language, plus we have reasons, plus we have language. Whatever ideas or thoughts are going within a particular person, we have the language through which we can communicate with each other. We can express what we are feeling, actually what are the ideas going on in my mind, I can express with the help of the language. So these ideas, reasons, and ability of a person or a human to react or yes, react in any situation and express whatever we are feeling through the language. These two aspects make human beings a very different living being on earth, unlike other species. So it means other species do not do this, they do not have such reasons as humans have, and they do not have a particular language through which they can communicate with each other. So in this case we can say we are special and unique. So it means we are unique in two aspects. So there can be a question, okay, so that what are the two respect or the aspects through which you can say that human beings are unique. So you should know these two aspects. Unlike other species, they can express their innermost thoughts. Other species cannot express what they are feeling, but we can express what is going within us, what are our thoughts, what are our desires, what are our wants. They can share their ideas and discuss what they consider to be good and desirable. We can share our ideas and we can discuss and debate what is good and what is bad, and what is common good for whole society. So this is the difference we have seen, what why human beings are unique if we compare it with the other species. If I compare a human being with an insect, with an ant, with an elephant, with a horse, with a dog, so in that case we are very unique. Political theory has its roots in these twin aspects of human self. So when we talk about political theory, these two aspects, that is we have the reason and we have the language to communicate what we feel and what are innermost thoughts. So these two are the aspects of the human self, and these two thoughts are the roots and the base of the political theory. We are studying political theory on the basis of this thing only, as political theory analyzes certain basic questions such as how should society be organized. So when we talk about political theory will always analyze certain basic questions that how the society should be organized. It means there is a reason and there will be a language to communicate that how a society should be organized. Why do we need government? What are the reasons why we need government? There are reasons that we have to form government, and we will clear those ideas through the communication. What is the best form of government? Does law limit our freedom? What does the state own its citizen? why do we own what do we owe each other as citizens? So these are some of the important questions which we will analyze in this political theory. So we can say political theory deeply analyze such type of questions. Okay. And political theory, we have understood the meaning. What do we understand or what do we study under this book, political theory? We'll see the theories, whatever is going on in the real life, in the political life or the social life of each and every citizen in our country, that is totally based on these political theories. So deeply we need to understand these political theories. Political theory examines questions of this kind and systematically think about the values that inform political life. So if we talk about political theory, it will always explain questions of this kind. The questions which we have taken up here, this type of questions will be explained and examined and analyzed in this book of political theory, where few values which are an important part, if we call them as political life in our life, these values are really important, as freedom, equality, justice. So we will try to understand all these questions with the help of these values, that is freedom, equality and justice. It explains the meanings and significance of these and related concepts. So in political theory, we will try to understand the real definition, meaning and base of these political phenomena, and also the concepts attached to freedom, equality and justice. So it means in the next chapters we will try and understand what is the real meaning and definition of freedom, equality and justice, and also some of the important concepts and ideas which are closely connected to these political phenomena. So this is a study matter of the political theory. It explains the meaning and significance, the meaning and importance also of these political phenomena and related concepts. It clarifies the existing definitions of these concepts. We'll see and clarify the existing definitions of these concepts by focusing on some major political thinkers. By understanding those definitions, we'll focus on some political thinkers of the past and present. Always when we will study about some political idea or the political phenomena like freedom, equality, justice, we'll always look into the definitions given by the political thinkers. That is, we'll study the theories given by the political thinkers of the past and present. Some political thinkers like Plato, Aristotle, etc. From India, Mahatma Gandhi, Chanakya. These are some of the past political thinkers, and we'll also read about some present political thinkers. What were their views and ideas regarding these political phenomena like freedom, equality, and justice? As everyone has their own ideas in the past also and in the present also, talking about freedom, equality, justice. If I talk to you, you must be having some ideas regarding freedom, equality and justice. Okay. It also examines the extent to which freedom or equality are actually present in the institution that we participate. We'll also try to see in this book, Political Theory, that if we talk about freedom and equality and justice, are they really actually present in the institution that we participate? And what are the institutions that we participate in everyday life? That is, our family, our schools, shop, bus, trains, our friend circle, our sports, football team, cricket team, our government offices. These are the places, institution which are of regular use to a particular human being. It means we travel to these places frequently, so we are closely connected to these areas. So we will try to understand this, that are they applicable today or not. At an advanced level, it looks at whether existing definitions are adequate or how existing institution, government, bureaucracy and policy practices must be modified. So in this political theory, we'll try to understand, are these political phenomena exactly functional in the society or not? If I go to some government office, are these freedom, equality, justice, rights, are these phenomena working properly? Are they functional? Are they implemented properly? और exactly वैसे ही implemented है जैसे they were explained by the political thinkers? So we'll understand that. The objective of political theory is to train citizens to think rationally about political questions. So what is the objective of studying this book? Why we are studying this book? After reading this book, you will be, as a citizen and or as the student of political theory, you will be able to understand and see the things properly. You will able, as a citizen, you will think rationally about political questions. These are the political questions which we have seen up, that why do we need government, what are the best form of government, etc. And after that we will be able to assess correctly the political events of our time. Okay, so this was the introduction part of this chapter, and in the next video I think, or yes, we'll see the next topic, what is politics. Here we have tried to understand what is the significance and importance of political theory in our life, why we are studying this book. As I have told you, political theory, as science has experiments and practicals based on the theory. First of all, our teacher teaches us the theory, and then we used to go to the science lab, or in the class itself the practicals were taught to us. So we used to uh, try and show that experiment on the basis of that theory. So in the same way, in political theory also, on the basis of theory, we will try to understand the political phenomena which we see in the real life. We experience these phenomena of freedom, equality, justice, rights every day in our life. At every walk, every person enjoys these rights some way or the other. So we'll try to understand what are the theories बेस्ड ऑन दिस फ्रीडम. अगर आज हम ये फ्रीडम, इक्वालिटी, जस्टिस को एंजॉय कर रहे हैं या इनको फेस कर रहे हैं, एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं, तो इनके पीछे की लॉजिक्स क्या थी, फ्रॉम वेयर दीज हैव इवॉल्व्ड इन सच अ वे दैट दे आर प्रिवलेंट इन द सोसाइटी टुडे. सो these will study in the form of various political thinkers, their debates, their ideas, their thoughts, and it will be, are they applicable today or not. A short question you can see here: what do we study in political theory? So just now we have covered the topic and we have tried to understand what is the basic importance and significance of political theory. With the examples we have tried to understand, but here we'll just take it's a short question, very short question, but it would be important for you to understand. So we study certain values and principles and ideas. So in political theory, what do we study? We study various values, various principles, various ideas, thoughts, ideas, also which inspired people and guided policies. So on the basis of these values, principles, and ideas, we try to understand democracy, freedom, equality, secularism, okay, rights, liberty. So whatever we are experiencing in the today's time in real life, जो भी हम रियल लाइफ में आज एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं अपनी डेली लाइफ में, कहीं ना कहीं एवरी डे वी फेस एंड वी यूज़ दीज पर्टिकुलर पॉलिटिकल फिनोमिनाज. सो इन पॉलिटिकल थ्योरी वी विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये जो डेमोक्रेसी, फ्रीडम एंड इक्वालिटी है, कि ये किस थॉट के ऊपर, किस थ्योरी के ऊपर, किस वैल्यूज़, किस प्रिंसिपल्स के ऊपर बने हैं. सो वी विल सी द रूट्स ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी, फ्रीडम एंड इक्वालिटी इन पॉलिटिकल थ्योरी. अगर कोई चीज़ आज हमारे सामने इक्वालिटी है, सो इन फ्रॉम द वेरी जूनियर क्लासेस वी आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड देयर डेफिनेशन इन वेरी ब्रीफली. वी हैव अंडरस्टूड दीज इंपॉर्टेंट पॉलिटिकल फिनोमिनाज. किसी कॉमन इंसान से ही पूछोगे तो उसको पता होगा मीनिंग, इक्वालिटी क्या है, फ्रीडम क्या है, डेमोक्रेसी क्या है, राइट्स क्या है, क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है. बट as a student of political science, and especially when you are studying this book political theory, you must know the roots of these political phenomena, because these political phenomena plays a very significant role in our life. In our daily life we go through various institutions from morning to evening. We go through the various political institutions or social institution or economic institutions, but every institution somehow meets these type of political phenomena. So it becomes important to have a detailed study and deep knowledge of these political phenomena with the help of various values, principle, ideas, and theories of the various old scholars, and their theories and also their debates. Because of that we will be able to understand this political theory. So this was a small definition, I'm reading it. We study certain values and principles and ideas in political theory which also inspire people and that inspire us and also guide policies like democracy, freedom and equality, etc. As I started the video, in the very beginning I told you there can be a question like human beings are unique, give any two arguments. So in a very commonly also you can think why we are so unique. if we compare it with the other living organisms or the other living creatures, as compared to insects, butterflies, birds, tiger, lion, elephant, why we are unique if we compare to other creatures? So first of all, human being possess reasons for any action, and they have the ability to react. We have reason for each and everything, okay, as I have given you many examples. And also we have the ability to react. We have the ability to react upon any action. If there will be a action, there will be a reaction from us, and that will be genuine. And human beings, most important, we, if we have to give the reason, and if we have to react, we, for reacting, we need to share and communicate what are the inner thoughts and ideas within a particular citizen. So with the help of the language which we humans have, with the help of our language, we can communicate with the other human beings, and we can share our ideas and thoughts going on within a human being. They have written here, human beings are capable to converse and debate. We are able to converse, discuss, and debate, and discussions on any issue. Whatever the issue is going on, we can discuss it on. Okay, so these are the two short questions I have taken from the topic which we have covered. Thank you so much.